What did he say?
He wants to know why you had your head up your ass today.
Oh boy, that's funny. Oh jeez.
What kind of
I don't even know how to respond.
What kind of problems does Jared Goff present?
Well, obviously he spreads the ball all over the field, and you hear us say that a lot. But he has 5 wide receivers that have somewhere between 40 and 50 yards a game receiving. Then he has a tight end that has probably around 35 or 36 yards a game receiving. Then he has a running back that probably has another 35 or 40. So it isn't like you can just, bracket people or zero your coverages on one guy. I mean, there's 7 guys that you better know where they are, and you better be sound. And so that I think that's probably the best thing he does, and he's so efficient in doing that. And the ball comes out really quick on the release, and throws a lot of good stuff on timing.
Does he remind you of anybody you went up against when you were at West Virginia?
That's a good question. There were some pretty good quarterbacks in that league at that particular time. I would say, I believe it was Bryce Petty at Baylor. Because the ball just comes out quick, and they got you spread from sideline to sideline, and it's no doubt it's a unique challenge.
Is this game kind of similar to Washington State, where you see a disparity between the passing game and the running game?
Yeah, it's similar, but it's different. All the spread offenses, they are all under the same umbrella, but there's always some little variances in the scheme that make them all different. So they have their own, it's the Tony Franklin system, obviously, and which is a little bit different than Mike Leach and those guys in their version of the spread.
There's like this one team that you maybe kind of like lull you to sleep with passes and then hit a big run.
Yeah, I mean they're like the difference I see in these guys. I mean, again, just like the wide receivers, they got 4 running backs that are all, they're all different sizes, different skill sets, and so they're very balanced in all that. So you not only have to account for those guys out of the backfield with the screens and then the passing game, but you also have to be able to, they throw the ball and then they run the ball to keep you honest almost, but they run it effectively, so that you got to make sure, like you say, you can't sit them, let them sit there and then all of a sudden they hand the ball off and it's a big play.
I was impressed with Solomon Dean's first game at safety. What did you see from him?
I tell you what, I've been impressed with him ever since we put him in the game against Washington. I mean, we put him in the game against Washington, and not just him, but we didn't give up a touchdown, I don't believe, the rest of the game, and then to step in and do what he's done at a new position, that's fairly unique, and especially at this stage of the year, for him to do what. But again, that's what being a team truly exemplifies. Is guys step up and are asked, to do things. We talked about Tony Longino earlier, going from being your 3rd leading tackler on the team and moving to devil linebacker from Willie, and then all of a sudden he just turns out to be the Pac-12 player of the week twice in a row. And so Solomon's basically doing the same thing in the secondary, so it's very impressive.
What's happened to Tony? I mean, he's been solid all year, but these last 2 games, it just seems like he's taking it to another level.
Well, I think when you're a senior, that boy, you get close, man, you start seeing that the end is right in front of me, and I think it was a combination of a lot of things. I think it takes a while to get adapted to. He's beat up for a while. You're sitting there leaning on 6'5", 6'6", 300+ pound guys, and it's just different than playing at the second level. When you're up in the trenches, which that position is, it's a transition, and it just took him a while to get comfortable, I think, and once that he has, man, he's you couple that with the fact that he sees the light at the end of the tunnel and it's coming to an end fast, and he's going to make the most of it.
You almost create a domino effect. Going from Will to Devil, and then the Will, you got Christian Sam blossoming, and DJ Calhoun.
It just takes time. Like I say, even those guys played at times last year. It's different than playing and starting and playing that position. But I do see Christian, he's playing his best football. 12 tackles 2 weeks ago, 10 tackles the other day, so he is by far playing his best football of the year. And obviously it's at the right time, and I think it does motivate people. Now you got competition at inside backer with Salamo and those guys, they try to outperform one another.